Welcome back everyone to Skincare and Beauty with Perky Perkins, where I do a lot of unboxings, skincare and makeup tutorials, and then I also do product reviews along the way. So today I have something new for you guys. I'm going to be starting a project pan, but in my case I'm going to be doing a rolling project pan, where basically at this time I've selected a few items that I feel really need some love because I haven't touched them as much as I used to, and I really need to finish them before they expire. Pretty much the clock is ticking on these products. What is also really cool is to keep me in check and to keep with my progress. I am actually doing this with several other YouTubers, and I will have a link down below with all of their videos as well. I think I'm the last one to upload my video because I was waiting on a replacement phone so that I could record, because my audio was horrific, as you guys had seen my last few videos. So if you're interested in seeing a new project pan, keep on watching. But please remember, before we go any further, to hit that subscribe button, select all in your notifications, and also leave a comment below of what your plans are for 2020. Are you trying to do a project pan where you get through your products a little bit more, or are you going to continue to buy? So anyways, you guys, let's go. So for me, I'm at the point, you guys, where I have a way too much product. Like, I really do, and I am gonna cut down on my subscription boxes. I'm not gonna get as many as I have. I had started slowly reduce the boxes I get, but I'm definitely going to be cutting some more. There's just way too much stuff out there, and I just feel at this point I'm being wasteful. At the top of my bookcase here, I have a whole section of skincare I haven't even been able to touch because I'm still working on current products. I wanted to make sure and show you guys a variety of skincare, beauty, and a little bit of everything basically that I need to get through this year. The moment I do finish a product, I will be replacing it with something else so that I can get through more of my products. So I think that's absolutely amazing. I don't have to be overthinking it a little bit too much. Let's put it that way. I could just start with what I feel I need to get through and then continue adding as I finish them. So the first thing I had added, so this is a volume 2 bundle again, which I purchased around Black Friday of 2018. And again, I'm lucky that I haven't had issues with the color separating or anything like that, but the colors are going to start running out. I've pretty much opened each and every color, so my year has begun and I don't want them to go bad. So I am definitely going to start using them a little bit more often. I do like nudes and these tones in general, especially around this time of the year. So I can't wait to start using them more in my rotation. And if you guys want to see more looks and me wearing these lipsticks, make sure to stay tuned to my Instagram, you guys. But I mean, you can easily see how they're pretty much all full. Like, I've used them a couple times each, but you don't need very much product because they wear so well. And these were minis. Like, I'm gonna start just buying mini lipsticks, seriously. So the next thing, I'm gonna start with my face palettes basically. This one I got in a FabFitFun box. Like, at this point it's gonna be 2 years, and back then I didn't know how to really use it, so I didn't realize I was only using the blushes. So definitely I want to make sure and use it a little bit more often, because at this point I know these are losing their pigment. I used it quite a bit during the summer, so I'm excited to use it once again. It does have a lot of shades. I actually used to travel with it quite often because it was just so convenient. I had my bronzer, contour, blushes, and highlights all in one. Next is my also Tarte Park Avenue Princess. Now I've actually done some damage in this one, you guys. If you see this shade right here, which is Princess Cut, is quite dented actually. So I do like using all the shades, so I think it's within reason that I can actually hit pan on 2 of the shades, especially since I do use them quite often. I actually got this in the first Boxy Charm Luxe boxes, so again, it's been about a year and a half, and they typically say about a year is your how much time you have, but powders usually last a little longer, but I don't want to test it. My next contour palette is it's from Kat Von D, and I know they rebranded, they have a new name, I just don't know the name. This is the Shade and Light contour palette in cream. Actually, I had purchased this sometime in 2019 when they had like a crazy sale. I wanted actually the powders. I didn't realize I got the cream, but needless to say, I do like using it. The only shade I don't like as much anymore is this guy right here, because it gets a little muddy actually, but I did use it today. I actually used the light shade and the slightly kind of darker warm shade to do my skin, and it was very, very nice. Definitely gonna start using these down here for color correcting, since I did run out of my other color corrector. I just want to get a little bit more use out of this, and definitely at least want to hit pan on 2 shades before this expires, because again, who wants to waste their money even if it was on sale? So for my last palette, this is from Makeup Revolution. I want to try to hit pan on a couple shades. This is the Revolution Reloaded Velvet Rose palette, and I think the shades are very, very nice. I actually got it one day while I was traveling for work because I forgot my makeup bag and had nothing, only my brushes, and they had like a buy 2 get 1 free kind of deal. It's actually what I used today for my eye look, and I use the Aries Blue Moon, but again, I want to give it some more love. I was going to put my Alien palette until I found out that it's no longer going to be made, so it's more of a collector's item at this point. But if you look at these colors, I'm starting to make some traction on a few of these shades. It's definitely been worn quite a bit. Again, it's one of those items that I did like to travel with quite a bit at one point. I think my issue was the shimmers. The shimmers are not as nice as I like now, especially being that I've tried other high-end products. So, you know, being snooty, but I'm gonna start giving it some more love. So some singles. These 2 are from Pretty Vulgar. This is the Bronze Mannequin Bronzer, which again, you can see very easily that I've done some dents. This was my ride or die go-to bronzer for the longest time until I got more face palettes. So definitely I want to get more use out of this. It's actually what I used to bronze today, and it's a very nice warm color. You don't need very, very much product to get the job done. And then this is the Shimmering Swan highlighter, which again I used today. It's a very nice kind of glow within look, which I really enjoyed. It's more of that rose gold. I hope you guys can see that. It's a very nice highlighter, which I really did enjoy. Again, I just got so many more, I kind of forgot about it. So this is from Laura Geller. Again, this is from the very first Boxy Charm I got, which was in September 2018. I was using this almost each and every day, and you can easily see it's been worn quite a bit, and there's a little chip, but I think that's for me. And it's already drying out, so I definitely want to try to use it a little bit more before it goes bad on me and starts crumbling. Little mini hula bronzer. I got this in an Ipsy bag, I think when I first subscribed to Ipsy like 2-3 years ago. The pigment is still nice actually, so that's why I want to use it. I am pretty low on it, so I definitely feel that this is something that I'm gonna run out very soon, which I do have the full jumbo size actually already, so it's no big deal, but I just want to get a little bit more use out of it before I toss it. Pressed powders. So this is from It's Cosmetics. This is Celebration and a foundation. They don't actually make this one, I believe, anymore, or I forgot which one. They don't make one of them. This is shade Light, and as you can tell, I'm pretty much nearly out, but I figured I could get like a couple more uses out of it and before I throw it out, but I did hit pan. I used it over the weekend. This is from Wonder Beauty. This is already going to be a year in March or February when I bought it originally, and I accidentally, let me just leave the cover. I must have pressed it hard or something, because this is supposed to have a 12-month shelf life, and yeah, it crumbled on me when I used it. It fell through. It was like completely hollow down below. So hopefully I can get a few more uses out of it because it looked nice and smooth. That's why I'm glad it has this protective cover. Now for another, this is my liquid foundation of the It's Cosmetics Confidence in a Foundation. I'm actually also using this today. I got the foundation for review through Viewpoint Review, and this is in shade 130 Light. Now I want to say with looking at the foundation roughly, I'm about halfway through it, so that's actually pretty good. Again, it's just I go through these spurts where I don't touch this foundation whatsoever, and then I go through little times where I'll use it 2-3 times in a week. But definitely, since this is set to expire at 12 months from when I started using it, and I got it in May of 2019, I wanted to make sure and start using it up before it expires. This is the original Fenty Pro Filter Foundation, Pro Filter Primer, and this one is about right here. So I have about a third, maybe a quarter left of the primer. Now I stopped using it as much because it's not very pore filling as I would like it. It's very hydrating, which is nice, but I do more with this as of late is I'll use it mixing it with my foundations to make them more dewy, or I'll do a pore filling primer and then I'll apply this one for a little bit extra hydration. But again, it became to the point where it's just there's so many other better primers that I do currently own that I just wasn't reaching for it, and I did pay quite a bit of money. This is like one of my first products that I actually spent a good amount of money on. But I will comment right now, I'm on borrowed time on this guy right here, the 12-month shelf life, and I bought it around November or December of 2018. So it's been at least a year since I used it. So definitely I'm on borrowed time. I used a little bit today. I definitely checked to see and make sure how it smelled. So, and then for the Tatcha, I got the Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer in a travel set during the holidays because they also had the 20% off, and I honestly had it for the longest without using it, and I finally used it during the summer, and I wasn't too impressed, especially since I had gotten the e.l.f. Putty Primer. It's a very nice, it's somewhat pore filling in my case, but you know, for the price, this was $22 on its own. You would expect more out of it, but again, I am starting to finally use it a little bit more. I've used it like 2 or 3 times in the last week and a half, 2 weeks, but this was only supposed to have a 6-month shelf life. and it's definitely past that time. Again, I originally opened it a year ago and I never touched it again. I wasn't thinking about it, so I want to. It still smells fine. It smells good, actually. I definitely want to finish this up hopefully in the next month before it turns, so let's cross our fingers, you guys. I seriously have like a shitload of like about to be, if not already, expired product. This is my Flower Beauty Supernova Elixir. I originally started mixing this with my foundations, but it doesn't require very much product, or I did at times put it on my bare skin, but it can get a little too dewy in my opinion. May, end of April, I actually had purchased this. I can't find where it says the sell date, but I'm pretty sure it's anywhere from 12 to 18 months. This it still smells good, so that's a plus. Require very much product when you mix it into your foundation, and even when you put it on your skin directly, you only need 2 droplets to do your entire face. So just trying to finish this as much as possible before it expires, especially now that I got the Forsali glass skin. This was actually the dupe for the unicorn oil. This was the dupe for it, and this is like $13.99. Originally I bought it at Ulta. I couldn't find it at Ulta anymore, so I think it's only available on Wonder Beauty's website. I'm not 100% sure, you guys. But again, this is a really good product. I really had enjoyed it quite a bit, so I need to add it back in my rotation. So this is, of course, the Pretty Vulgar Powder Room Matte About It. It's a matte powder. Now, again, I got this in BoxyCharm in December, so a lot of these are items I got pretty much seems like in December of 2018 or around that time. This I tested it out, but didn't start actually using it until maybe about May, because it was way too drying, and it had been working perfectly. But now I'm noticing as time has progressed, so I think the formula is starting to change, because it does say a 12-month shelf life once it's open. So I feel that it's the way it's made, and it's not as soft as it used to be. It starts drying me out a little bit more than it used to, so that's why I want to try to finish this as much as possible. I will say I'm maybe about halfway through, because I don't bake with my powders. Randomly, like I'll, like I used it today, randomly I'll, bake my jawline basically, but I don't bake my under eyes. I don't do the most with powder. I usually just dust it with the brush at the very best, so that's why my powders last me so long. And I literally have like 8 other powders, one being also a travel size Laura Mercier. So I need to try to get through this a little bit more before it's gonna go. It gotta get, 12 months is up, but I want to give it a couple more months of use. We're almost to the end, you guys. These are my last makeup items. Are 3 liquid lipsticks from Kat Von D. I got these 2 from BoxyCharm. I got this purple one from the Kat Von D order. I've given us something for free, and I just remember being this with the lip liner as well. These 2 liquid lipsticks, I got them in September and October. Don't remember which one was which. And this one I definitely got it December or January, pretty much. So they do have a 12-month shelf life. I definitely have opened them and used them in the past. I just want to give them some love before they officially turn, because even I want to say, because this one's starting to separate, you can see it right here, it's starting to break apart. The colors are gonna, they're gonna start turning, and it might start smelling all together. I think this one's actually has turned. So scratch that, you guys. It's gonna be too Kat Von D. This one actually smells, so never mind. I'm not gonna put a stinky lip product on my lips, and you never know what kind of damage it might cause. Bow and arrow. I want to say this must have been the one I got in my September box. So that one's being trashed officially today. We retired it, but these two should be fine because I got these later on and I didn't even open them until later. So this was Mother and this was Center. Fine. This one smells fine. This one smells fine. So we will see how far I could get with them because those are not my average everyday colors. I'll see how I can make them work, basically. Maybe doing some ombre looks. Just so you guys know, I'm very anal and OCD when it comes to mascaras and liquid liners. So then I got my 3 mascaras that I need to finish, you guys. Like, I need to try to finish as much as possible. I know this guy right here is pretty much done. There's very little product left, so that's why I had not originally mentioned it. But definitely this is one that I'm trying to make sure and finish. I had opened this one around August, September time. In September, I had actually gone through 3 of these Water Beauty mascaras. This was like my original favorite mascara, so I really enjoyed it. And then this Bambi Lash mascara, it's not my favorite by all means. I just don't want to waste it, to be honest. It gives you that very nice kind of wet look, and I just got the Essence mascara primer, so I'm hoping it's gonna help me with this guy right here and another one that I have that I just opened. So I hope it helps because I do like that nice wet look it gives you. It's just, it doesn't give me nothing for volume, so I just don't want it to go to waste. If not, it's gonna end up in the trash, because don't ever give anyone your used mascaras, you guys. That's gross and unsanitary. Yay, my last items. First one, this is my Erno Laszlo antioxidants complex for eyes. So this is a gel eye cream. I had really enjoyed it. And see that? I mean, this is down to like maybe a quarter or a third. I started using it and got this around Mother's Day, and this has a 9-month shelf life. I had used it consistently for like a month or 2, and then I got new products, and then I put it in the back burner and I stopped using it. Now that I finished my Shiseido, I finally started giving other products a shot, and so I went back to start using this. But I want to make sure and finish this guy as soon as possible, because again, this will be expiring here in any moment, right? This expires in February, in the next basically 3 to 4 weeks. So yeah, I don't have very much time. Next guy right here, this is from Wild Lights. It's their antioxidant moisturizing cream. This cream actually can be applied anywhere on the body and face. I actually had been having issues with eczema and in my hands and really dry cracked skin, and this really helped. And again, just like everything else, I got another product, I started using it and totally forgot about it because it was back in the corner and it was dark and I forgot about it. So I want to make sure and give this guy its proper use. There's no way for me to see how much product is left. It doesn't feel as heavy as it did before, so I would hope maybe at least it's down to halfway, because I did use this for quite some time. I would use this usually and layer another moisturizer many a times, or at least use it in the day, because it would leave me with a slightly tacky base, which I love for makeup, and again, it helped me cut my steps. So definitely I will need to finish this guy right here. So it doesn't tell me the shelf life. I'm assuming that information was most likely in the box, but I will assume that it's a 12-month shelf life because I used it yesterday and I used it today and I had no problems. If you guys want to check them out, go to their Instagram. It's Go Wild Light, and they have some really great skincare, and they're a very nice family-owned business, so it's worth checking out, and it smells very nice. Again, I mentioned eczema, so it's meant for sensitive skin types as well. And lastly, you guys, my last item finally. This is from Sunday Riley. This is the Tidal water cream for brightening enzymes water cream. So we got this in our September Boxy Charm Luxe box, and what happened is I used it maybe a handful of times, and because I did use it, I haven't made much of a dent. It's maybe gone down to this little area. I don't even remember if maybe that's how far down it was already, but point being, I only used it maybe 5 times, and it's a very watery kind of base, which is okay for the morning time, but for the evening I like something a little bit more thicker, more hydrating. With this one I had to apply this and then apply something else, so that's why I stopped using it as much. I literally have other products that do both in one, but being that it is a very expensive product and does do a nice job, I want to add it back to my rotation, so this way I can finish it and not let it expire, because this has a 12-month shelf life. So hopefully I will be done with it before it expires in September. Every other month I will film an update video basically and let you guys know how far my progress is on those particular products. Hopefully some of these complexion items, which luckily I'm down to at least half, hopefully they will be gone by then, where I can say they're empties, you know, I'm replacing it with such and such product. But if not, we'll see. For stuff that I can't store or whatever happens, I'll make sure to at least take a picture, just to again keep you guys updated. In this way you guys keep me in check so that I'm not being wasteful. So I know this was a very long video, you guys. I really do appreciate you hanging out with me while I go through this. Again, hopefully in 2020 we all start using what we got and not buying so much product that we literally just let it go to waste. Again, I'm guilty of it myself, and I really need to stop. I'm not going on a no buy because that's just unrealistic. It just, for me saying I'm not buying anything, that's just unrealistic. But what I will do is a low buy, and maybe during certain months I will say, all right, on month so and so I won't buy anything when it comes to makeup, skincare, etc. I will keep you guys updated on which subscription boxes I'm canceling as I cancel them, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. So again, when February comes, I'm gonna make that a no buy. It is my birthday month, but I don't want to be wasting my money and my budget on makeup. If possible, I want to try to do something with my family, so I rather put that budget towards that. I am not including my subscription boxes in that budget because that's separate. I'm just saying extras, like going into Ulta, Sephora, or whatever store to get you know, little add-on pieces or whatnot. I'm just not gonna do it. I'm gonna bunker down and stop buying, at least for the month of February. So pray for me because it's my birthday month, And I know there's going to be a lot of pretty things because it's also Valentine's, and you know, anyways, thank you guys so very much for sticking around with me. Please remember to hit that subscribe button before you guys leave. And if you made it this far, how about sharing my video? Let's try to get those numbers up, and hopefully we could get to 1,000 subscribers here in the next 6 weeks. And lastly, leave a comment below again on what do you guys think of my low buy and my panning project. I'm very excited for it, and I cannot wait to see the final results. Goodbye.